Hi, my name is Jonathan Coleman, and I'm drum major at the Eastern Michigan University Marching Band. And we start each morning out with about 15 to 20 minute stretch, just to warm the muscles up, get some energy going, and get some hype going on for the rest of the day. This year we've had tradition of doing a little clapping, getting some blood going in the arms so we get some music going out there, and then we usually start with some arm stretches and upper body. Whoa. Yeah! What that song called? Really make sure you feel the right side.
Associate Director of Bands Mark Waymire is working in conjunction with our drum majors to kind of help him refine his teaching technique, offer suggestions over his shoulder, and kind of monitor the process here. We believe very strongly in the importance of student leadership. We have one or two section leaders for each section that will also do a lot of the individual teaching, as we'll demonstrate in a little while, and it's all kind of overseen by our drum majors with our head drum major John in charge.
Yeah, everybody screwing your mouthpieces right now? Shoulders, crank those shoulders. Are you following the beat or are you creating it with your feet? With feet. Check your posture. Are your shoulders down and back?
One of the most challenging things about what we do with the basics is
we're going to give you
add-on steps to the whole
I know the other day
process.
after 67 minutes that was actually
The
16 or
basics, what
17
you do with
minutes,
your
but we were
toes
waiting
when
on
you're going
something.
forward, the toes come up, when
67
you're going
minutes
backward,
in
the
your
toes stay
section,
down.
spread out,
All
work
the
on the second
details of all
side.
the lower body, then we
We're
add
gonna have another
the
section
upper body
contrast.
aspects of good
We'll
posture.
be more picky about what we're looking for, not only
The
people
fact
that are not
that we play
making
toward the audience all the
announcement
time,
mistakes,
as opposed to
but the
kind of
technique
old
is
school
correct.
marching band where the upper body follows the lower body wherever it goes. And so we have to teach them how to really work their muscles to keep their upper body facing either the press box or straight at the sideline at any given time in the show. And so each process in the basics adds one more step, and then it's very difficult to get the brain to remember all the previous steps. And so a lot of repetition, and especially when we have students coming from all different kinds of programs and all different kinds of styles, it makes it very challenging to bring it all together into our style. At this point, we're breaking into our sections, and our individual section leaders will be working with their individual students, trying to make it more individualized and checking out the details of what's happening. And then we're going to have kind of a play-off between sections and give them a little motivation to try to strive to be their best at their marching.
So here we go. We're going to do the box drill that you just practiced. Rob's going to tap us off. We'll all do it once, and we'll stop. Questions? Bent, chin, hut. Bent, parade, rest, go. Bent, chin, hut. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4. Go. 32. Take 32.
I'm Mark Waymire, the Associate Director of Bands here at Eastern Michigan University. You count all the years of summer band camps or pre-drum corps camps that I've done. This is my 32nd one. And I learned a long time ago that leadership was a massively important part of what we do on the university level, drum corps, high school band. So 15 years ago, I started a leadership training session that I wanted to bring to Eastern. We put it into place here a year ago, and we really feel like it's paying off a lot. Our drum majors are a product of that, besides their own things that they bring to the university.
Which way is the first one?
A lot of band directors get frustrated because their band doesn't respond the way they want to, and I think a lot of it has to do with not having students that know how to use leadership. Lots of students want to be leaders, but don't know exactly what that means. And here at Eastern and other places that I've taught leadership, we've really talked about leadership being serving the people that you're leading, doing more work than they do so that they want to follow you. So it's about building that relationship. It's already working really, really well here. Of course, with our drum majors and then our student leaders within the band. One of the things I could say to a high school director as far as leadership is concerned is we often sit in our office and we think, man, I wish our drum majors could take care of this, or our section leaders could take care of this. And we tell them those things that we want them to take care of, but really don't train them how to do those things in exactly the way that we want to do them. I think it's awesome to involve your students. Again, they're going to feel more like the success of the program is not just director-driven, it comes from the students. So I look for those things that maybe you don't have time to do, or actively thinking through a week of summer band. It's like really great if I didn't have these responsibilities, if I could share these responsibilities. But you look at your students as they get those things done. Now that also probably means that you invest some time in training them how to do those things. But once you create a legacy of students year after year after year that have had the same kind of leadership responsibility, it gets passed from one student to the next year to the next year, and you do less and less training as it goes because they're learning from their peers. And again, the things that they're doing from their peers, watching their peers having been great leaders before them, becomes an integral part of the band. The pride of the band goes up. The success rate goes up because you're able to do more things that you want to do. You're getting the students involved. They're taking more of an active role. Their pride goes up, and the overall quality of the band goes up.
All the way.
Hello, my name is Jonathan Thoman. I'm drum major of the Eastern Michigan University Band, and I'm here just to share some of my views and points on student leadership that I've learned over the course of 4 years here at EMU. Over the many years that I've been a part of the Eastern Michigan University Band, I've shared many leadership roles as section leader, leading by example, and now as drum major. This is my second year. And what I've found to be much more effective is not treating it as a power thing, but as a service. Also, some of the many things that come along with being drum major or student leader is dealing with conflicts within the marching band family or with outside of it. And a lot of times I've seen younger people, including myself when I was a drum major in high school, feel like yelling may have been the answer or ignoring the problem, and those really aren't the ways to go about those issues. The best way is really to take those two individuals or those two groups of people and really be, again, a representative for both groups and a mediator, really, and just listen. The best thing that anybody can do in a leadership position is simply listen, because sometimes people may only be looking for a person to vent to or just to get their frustrations out. So a lot of the times, a lot of the conflicts are pretty small when it comes down to it. It's never really a big issue. It's a lot of small petty things that usually gets people on edge, and usually it's that one small thing that pushed that person over, and at that point all they need is somebody to listen to and maybe bring some reasoning to that end. Conducting for many drum majors can be a very difficult thing because there are so many different things going on in the field. You have the drum line, you have the horn line, you have the color guard, and you have to get all these people to communicate when they're 50 yards apart at times. And one of the many things that I've saw many young drum majors have struggled with is when the band starts losing time or there starts to become some phasing, is drum majors start to get really tense, and a lot of times their pattern gets bigger. And really what I've learned under the direction of Professor Scott Boerma and Professor Mark Waymire is to really relax and make them watch you. So I shrink my pattern and my face becomes much more intense while my rest of my body is in more control. Unlike the concert band, in marching band we have many different distances in which we have to communicate. Side to side, front to back, and a lot of times the battery may be in different position than just on the 50, and they might be on the right side and the whole horn line might be on the other side of the 50, in which you've got to make these two groups connect and sound as one. So that right there becomes a very difficult thing for many young drum majors. And what I've found is that many young drum majors, when things start to phase and time gets a little off, the pattern gets much bigger like this, and a lot of times that doesn't help the ensemble out. In fact, that just makes things more frantic. And I found if you just shrink your pattern and you become more intense with your face, you'll have much more communication going on from each person, because it forces them to draw attention to you and find and look at your pattern, as opposed to them knowing exactly where the pattern is and you not knowing where the control is. You have to maintain control the whole time.